There used to be a time when I would look into rooms like this and think no one would ever show up for me. I would go to conferences and things and wonder, what would it be like to be on stage? For people to accept me as the expert, to be known in my zone of genius. That did not happen until I wrote my first book, Bad Bitches and Power Pitches. When I became an author, my world changed. Because for people who didn't know me, the title grabbed them. And again, being the killer pitch master was something. But what really changed the game was writing a book that was reviewed by Forbes magazine with the title Bad Bitches and Power Bitches. Like, you would never think a book like that would sell, but it did. And it also taught people a valuable lesson about pitching. You do it every day. What can you say that's going to bait, attract, and close with ease? So there were people who said no one would buy. They didn't realize we were going to become a #1 bestseller. They didn't realize that companies, corporations, foundations, and nonprofits were looking for something different. And I chose to be the one to stand up and say, I'll be the difference maker, and I will show you that by being different, by embracing the very things you think aren't great about you, for walking into a room thinking no one's going to know you, to all of a sudden going from unknown to legendary. Becoming an author did that for me. It gave me credibility. It showed that most people, when they start talking about pitching, are only talking about it from a surface level. But I wasn't. I want to start with the psychology of pitching. And then when I kept writing, it totally changed the game. I kept writing from the psychology of pitching to different prompts, the different types of pitches you're going to have to do, the different audiences you're going to be in front of, but also zeroing in on what are your strengths. People tell you focus on your weaknesses. No, I'm going to tell you focus on your strengths. Your weaknesses we can work beyond that. But the truth of the matter is, when I took the mask off, when I shared with them that I stood on stage at 327 pounds and was smoking the competition left and right, when people thought I would talk about food, I was talking about a red hot romance and how that started Curvy Girls Lingerie, my first company, and showing the progression between all of that. But it started with a pitch. And so when they read the title, people said, oh, no company would buy it, and they kept buying. And that put me on a different playing field because I was a best-selling author. So what was it like to write? It was difficult. As a speaker, as a trainer, writing was difficult, even though I'm a former attorney. But what really sealed the deal, I remember the day it launched in October 2019. I was 40 years old. I'm thinking 2 people will buy. And my queen, Ty Goodwin, called me. She said, your book is #1 on Amazon. We didn't have a marketing plan. We didn't have any of those sort of things. And I remember, y'all, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. But it taught me the power of pitching and how a title can take you far. But having credibility, results, and all of that could take you into the stratosphere. So even if you read my other books, The Pitch Queen is totally different. As I told y'all, it's part memoir, part inspiration, and part as badass tale of having all odds against you and making it, and how you can do the same thing. So becoming an author, it was difficult, but much needed. And now with The Pitch Queen, I'm gonna tell y'all some stories that's gonna kind of have y'all like, ooh, precious. I'm like, yeah, it happened. Yes, that really did happen. Yes, I grew past it. But the beauty that remains from all of that, from going from the bottom to the top, it's a true story. It's not the pretty story. It's a true story. But it's also, what can you take from that in the situation you may find yourself in? In an economic downturn, social unrest, and all that kind of stuff, I want you to know what's truly possible. And you can sit and listen to everybody else who's never done it, or you can get in that trench and show them how it's done. So go get The Pitch Queen, written by Precious L. Williams, killer pitch master, now The Pitch Queen. Yes, because I've elevated, and I want you to. Go get The Pitch Queen today.